Let me ask you something. Have you ever been left on scene? Have you ever sent a message, waited and waited and waited, only to realize the person clearly saw it and chose not to reply? Or maybe you were on the other side. You told yourself, I'll reply later. I'm busy. I don't owe anyone an explanation. And maybe that's true. But here's the uncomfortable question. Was that really about being busy? Or was it about convenience? Because today, we live in a world where communication is easier than it has ever been, yet respect feels rarer than ever. This video is not about texting rules, it's not about replying instantly, and it's definitely not about being available 24/7. This video is about something deeper. Communication is respect, not convenience. And once you understand this, the way you talk, listen, reply, and even stay silent will completely change. Let's rewind for a second. Before smartphones, before read receipts, before social media, if someone wanted to talk to you, they had to call your house phone, write a letter, show up in person, and if they didn't respond, it usually meant one thing: they couldn't. Not that they didn't care, not that they were ignoring you, just that life got in the way. But today, silence means something else. Today, silence often means, I saw you, I had time, I just didn't choose you. And that hits differently, because now communication is no longer limited by access, it's limited by priority. Here's the lie we've all told ourselves at least once: I'll respond when it's convenient. Sounds harmless, right? But think about what that really means. It means, I'll acknowledge you when I feel like it, I'll respect your time only when it suits me, I'll show care only when it doesn't cost me effort. And slowly, without realizing it, we turn communication into a transaction. Instead of, I see you, it becomes fit into my schedule. Instead of you matter, it becomes you're optional. That's not communication, that's control. Most people think respect is about what you say, but respect is actually about what people feel after interacting with you. Do they feel heard, acknowledged, valued, or do they feel dismissed, ignored, small? You can use the nicest words in the world, but if your actions say, you're not worth my time, the message is loud and clear. Respect doesn't mean long replies. Sometimes it's just, hey, I saw this, I'll get back to you later. That one sentence can save a relationship because it tells the other person, I see you, I'm not disappearing, you matter. One man sends a message, the other man looks at the phone, pauses, puts it down, clock spins, day turns to night. The first man slowly slouches, not angry, just deflated. Then the second man scrolls social media, laughing, posting, living, same time, same phone, different choice. That's not being busy, that's choosing convenience over respect. Here's something most people don't realize. Silence is not neutral. Silence creates stories. When someone doesn't respond, the mind fills the gap. Did I say something wrong? Did I annoy them? Am I not important? And the worst part, most of the time, the other person had no bad intention at all. They were just distracted, avoiding discomfort, waiting for the right moment. But the damage still happens because respect is not about intention, it's about impact. Now let's be clear. Communication does not mean you owe everyone instant replies. You must be available all the time. You sacrifice your boundaries. That's not respect either. Real respect sounds like, I can't talk right now, but I'll let you know. I need time to think. I won't disappear. I'm overwhelmed, but I won't leave you guessing. Boundaries with clarity create trust. Boundaries with silence create distance. Let's be honest. Most people don't ignore messages because they're cruel. They ignore messages because they're uncomfortable. They don't know what to say. They fear conflict. They don't want to disappoint, so they delay. And delay turns into avoidance. And avoidance turns into silence. But silence doesn't remove discomfort. It transfers it from you to the other person. Here's a hard truth. How you communicate when it's inconvenient says more about your character than how you communicate when it's easy. Anyone can reply when they're in a good mood. Anyone can talk when they need something. But respect shows up when you're tired, you're stressed, you don't benefit. That's when communication becomes integrity. When communication becomes convenience, power becomes unbalanced. One person waits, the other decides. And over time, this creates resentment, insecurity, emotional distance. Healthy communication is not about control. It's about balance. Two people standing on equal ground. Two men stand apart. Between them is a gap. Messages float into the gap, unanswered. Then, One stick figure steps forward, sends a simple message bubble. I can't talk right now, but I care. The gap shrinks, connection restored. Respectful communication is simple. It sounds like, I don't have the answer yet. I need time. I'm not ready to talk, but I will. It doesn't ghost. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't leave people guessing, because guessing is exhausting. We live in a distracted world. Everyone is busy. Everyone is overwhelmed. That's exactly why respect matters more, not less. Because in a noisy world, acknowledgement is rare, and rarity creates value. Before you delay a response, ask yourself, if this person did this to me, how would it feel? That question alone can change everything. Communication is not about speed, it's about presence. It's not about convenience, it's about respect. You don't need perfect words, you don't need long explanations, you just need honesty. Because people don't expect you to be perfect, they just don't want to feel invisible. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, the way you communicate is the way you teach people how to treat you and others. Choose respect, always.